Now hear the words of Jesus. In Matthew 18:20, it says, where two or three have gathered together in my name, I am there in their midst. Okay. So the reason why I read that verse is because what's going to happen is as we near the end times, right, we're going to see an emergence of smaller ministries, worshiping homes, right? People getting away from the big churches and facilities and things like that, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Because God is pulling his people, right? They're pulling his people away from these failing facilities, okay, into environments that are conducive to spiritual growth and maturity, okay? Not performance, but power and prayer, okay? Not theatrics, but pure worship. No build-up music, but the sound of many voices confessing the love for God, confessing the need for repentance, confessing the need for God. Authentic worship, which is true, right? Not for performance, not for the cameras, not for social media, but pure worship, okay? Right? No running around the church, right? But running to God. No mic, right? But many voices just confessing the love for God. That's what's coming. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord desires pure and authentic worship. It's in the text. Now, as the world collapses slowly, funds will dry up, right? And operations will cease in those churches, right? Which are built upon money, where money is their foundation and God is not their foundation. You see what I'm saying? Because God people, right? They are hungry for the word, okay? Now with God people being hungry for the word, those churches that are built up on the foundation of God, they're going to be able to sustain and get through and endure. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It don't matter that the economy's falling. It doesn't matter that churches are being closed, because those who are worshiping true in spirit and with God are still going to find a way. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is they know that the difference between relationship, they know the difference between religion, and they also know that church is corporate worship, okay? Yeah, corporate worship is good and it's nice to worship with fellow believers, but that intimate relationship with God is important. You see what I'm saying? There are people that know religion but don't have relationship, and it's kind of scary. Now, with that being said, we got to make sure that, right, we're feeding God's people. And that's where you're going to see the merge of these small ministries, more intimate settings, right? And it's going to happen over time, especially as, things start increase against Christians in the States, right? In other states, like, or other countries, we've seen like persecution, things like that going on. But as things start making its way towards to the States, we're going to see the emergence of those smaller ministries. And yeah, man, I ain't wishing bad on anybody, man, or anything. I'm just telling you, God's going to pull his people away because he see that his people need to be fed. There are gifts that are out there that aren't being used. Jesus said that we would do greater works than he. See what I'm saying? Where are these greater works being performed? Right? So that's what I'm saying, man. God's going to pull his people away. So y'all watch. Hey, God bless y'all.